I think, therefore I am. Or maybe rather, I'm busy, therefore I am. Please raise your hand if you felt mentally exhausted or temporarily overwhelmed during this week. We live in a world overloaded with information, and I believe our brains have never been so challenged or even stressed with all these options and distractions. So the question is, how can we stay mentally healthy in this overstimulating world? This question already grew in me when my father, a cheerful person with a wonderful sense of humor and awesome kids, struggled with his thoughts and emotions. I cheered him up. Don't worry, Dad, it'll be all right. But he wasn't. And in the end, he gave up and took his own life. And I was shocked and helpless. And I decided that I want to find out how we can protect and empower our mind and our brains. So today, I want to share 3 of my insights with you. First one, choose your input wisely. People in modern society probably absorb as much information in one day as people in earlier ages in their whole life. Well, statistically, we're not smarter. We check our phones around 150 times and spend around 2.5 hours consuming social media every single day. Our brain changes to what we take in. So our input influences what we process. What we process influences how we think and how we feel and how we act and what we memorize. And our memories determine who we become. So we better choose our input wisely. Are you selective enough? Imagine walking down the street, and suddenly somebody poses right in front of you. I'm so good. I know you want me. I know you need me. You look at him quickly, fall on your knees, and I will always love you. Of course. What a load of rubbish. Thank you. What a load of rubbish, you might think. Of course, I wouldn't just give my heart to any guy on the street. Well, unfortunately, that's exactly what we do with our attention. We just slander it. However, attention is one of our most valuable resources because we have a very limited capacity of our prefrontal cortex. Disrespecting this limit stresses our brain. So, gain back control by asking yourself those questions before consuming an information. Do I need it? How valuable is it for me? And how is it going to make me feel? Empower your brain by sharpening your focus. Multitasking, as well as not thinking about those things you're just doing at this moment, stresses our brain. Whereas focus makes our brain happy. So I practice undivided attention when I talk to a person that's dear to me, or when I work on a project that's important for me. And when I feel I'm getting distracted, I reconnect to my values. Know what you want, otherwise media will tell you what you want. So please, take your right hand and put it on your chest. Feel your heartbeat. Now travel with your attention to your ribs. Breathe in. Feel how your ribs are extending. Breathe slowly out. And be grateful for this life in you. By connecting to our values, we do not need to give in to distraction, but we can mindfully steer our focus. Empower your mind by connecting to your values and wisely choose your input. When we do that, When we bring the attention to ourselves and to the present again and again during this day, you can really wisely choose your input. Second one, connect to your emotions. Always think positive. Only let the good feelings direct you. And when it's dark around you, focus on the light at the end of the tunnel. Have you ever gotten such advice? Well, let me tell you, you are good with all your emotions, the good and the bad ones. Positivity is not what empowers your brain. Rather, it's feeling a lot and diverse. It's to be curious about our emotion and embrace them, also the unpleasant ones. Painful experiences are part of life. By reflecting and talking about our emotions, we can learn to respond to them instead of reacting to them. And this will improve our decisions, and it will empower our mind. So, are you ready to get some emotions flowing in this room? Yes! Or do you rather act like Swiss people? You know, we'll hum together. And I learned that from Germans, because when you ask them how they're feeling, they will say, So again, take your right hand and put it on your chest. Now take the left hand and put it on your belly. Feel your heartbeat. Your heart loves to be moved. Now when we hum together, feel how your body resonates. So let's hum. Now let's bring in some harmony as well as some brain synchrony. So we just do it together. So please hold the tone. Beautiful. Oh. So that was the first level. Now to the next level. No, just kidding. All right. Hello. So we just did a beautiful emotional massage. We have thousands of nerves connecting our brain with our organs. When we hum, we activate those nerves and we intensify the vibration in our body. Allow yourself to feel. Feelings make us stronger. Now imagine this. You had 5 great successes today and 1 embarrassing failure. What will you most probably think about when you lie in bed tonight? Right? The embarrassing failure. If you want to blame someone, it's this little but very powerful structure called amygdala in our limbic system, in the brain. So she has good intentions because she wants to protect us from threat. But you know, sometimes she overdoes it. So we have the tendency to perceive negative information about 5 times more strongly than positive ones. And we experience negative emotions about 3 times more intensively than the positive ones. So let's take a stand about this negativity bias and intensify the experience of positive emotions. How to do so? Please join me in these 3 very simple exercises. Let's stand up for that. If something draws your attention, no matter if big or small, take a short moment of awe, like this. Whoa! Let's do it together. Whoa. If you've completed a challenging task, don't just move on to the next one. Take a short moment of self-appreciation and celebrate, for example, like this. Yes! Let's do it together. Yes! Or, whoo! If your colleague did a good job, appreciate him. Thank him for that. Now let's turn to the left and reach out to our neighbor, Tap on the shoulders, look him or her in the eyes while you turn to the... Okay, you turn to each other. Turn to each other, look him or her in the eyes and say, "Great job, my friend." By appreciating those little moments, we can intensify the experience of positive emotions and empower our mind. I'm thankful, therefore I am. You may be seated again. Third one, increase your neurobalance. So I don't know what makes you happy, but I know what makes your brain happy. It's by increasing your good hormones in your reward system. Well, it's called the neurobalance. So I will share, for this last part, I will share some of my favorite science-based ways to boost neurobalance and to boost those happiness hormones in our brain. To the first one, largely speaking, our brain can work in two large networks. The focus network and the default mode network. Let's call it the dream mode, or the dream network. The focus network is active when we pick up and process information. We try to understand it. Whereas the dream network is active when our mind wanders. Did you just think about the after party? I got you. Your brain just switched to the dream mode. It is a wonderful characteristic of our brain. Whenever possible, it switches to the dream mode to process, organize, and consolidate information. So during this dream mode, the brain is quite broadly activated, so the neurons have the chance to flirt. Now let's sit back and imagine we're in the cinema watching these two neurons on their first date. Oh, wait, we need some romance here. Do we have a violin here? Oh, yeah, can I have one? Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Right. What a wonderful love story. What a wonderful love story. I love it. So they found each other. Now the question is, what is the outcome? It is this wonderful aha moment, this pleasant eureka moment, when you suddenly find a solution or get a new idea. So enjoy those idle times. They are not wasted times. The best ideas come under the shower, walking in the nature, or on the toilet. So let's take a moment of silence in remembrance of all these wonderful ideas flashed down the drain when we took our phone to the restroom. So there are many other ways to increase our neurobalance. But yes, if you're too absorbed with media, you will give away your creative potential and with it, happiness. So empower your brain by consuming less information and creating more. Now to the other ways how we can boost those happiness hormones in our brain, especially the dopamine, which is activated in our reward system. And I'm sorry, as much as you wish me to say, it's not nicotine or caffeine or fat or sugar-laden fat-filled treats, as well as gaming, pornography, or social media. All of them are very effective at instantly increasing and boosting your dopamine level, but they backfire. They end up in a disruption of your natural dopamine production process, resulting in the decrease of protein production in long term and addiction. So rather, let's boost happiness hormones with natural pleasure. Maybe you've heard of the powerful effects of exercise, healthy food, sleep, meditation, daylight exposure, cold showers, or nature, of course. But there are other ways, and some of them receive too little attention. One of them is tyrosine. Eat tyrosine. Our body needs tyrosine to produce dopamine. And you find tyrosine, for example, in almonds, bananas, or beans. The other one, trust in yourself, others, and God. Ask yourself the question, what gives me a strong foundation in life? And please don't stress your brain with resentment. Forgive. Forgive others and yourself. Then touch and intimacy. Make it a priority in your relationship. It is a great health resource. Through touch and intimacy, we make ourselves feel safer, and it helps us to trust each other. And last but not least, make music. Making music is like a whole body massage for our body, and it instantly increases and improves your neurobalance. So, are you ready to give our brain the gift of some beautiful happiness hormones like a cocktail and make us happy? Are you ready? You want? Woo! All right. So please, let's stand up for that. So because I think you're quite tired now, right? Do we have a guitar here? Awesome. That's an awesome plan. Thanks so much. So please, echo after me. Choose your input wisely. Now you. Consume less and create more. Now we put it together. Choose your input wisely. Hey, consume less and create more. Once more. You can groove a little bit. Oh yes. Consume less and create more. Now let's groove. Groove in your happiness, happiness, happiness hormones, natural happiness. Groove in your natural happiness, happiness hormones, natural. And once more, happiness, happiness hormones. Now you just improvise. In happiness hormone, yeah, 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 yeah. Happiness hormone, happy, 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 happiness hormone. By empowering our brain and mind through emotions and positive hormones, we also empower those around us. Because we'll become better parents, better friends, better leaders. So what are you waiting for? Those natural resources of strength are available to all of us. They're within reach. And they're super cheap and so easy to implement. So just do it. Empower your brain, empower your mind. Now you know how. Thank you so much.